So you can hear the light rustlings of a blowjob, you know, kind of just simmering up into existence. A good blowjob too. Sound like, you know, one you see on the internet. You know? Sound like somebody's at a water park. And I respect what they're doing, man. But I still want to do cocaine by myself, right? So now I'm trying to be considerate and quietly do cocaine by myself, right? Just the softest little cokehead you ever met, dude. Just like a newborn rabbit just hopping upon a gram, you know? At one point, I was...
What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing good. So we're back with some more Theo Von. I've only ever seen one clip of his before. I've seen him on like JRE, but like only one clip of his stand-up. So really looking forward to diving straight into this. Gonna have to pause it a few times and probably talk during it because it's Comedy Central and they do tend to block some of my stuff. But that was because I weren't pausing it before. So I'll see if that remedies this. But yeah, don't want to talk too much because it's quite a long one. This it's like almost 20 minutes long. So yeah, let's jump straight into it.
So he starts saying, I got a gift for you. I got a gift. And I grew up in like a broken neighborhood. You know, I thought it was going to be his cock, you know? So I start practicing my like, see a cock, like, don't be interested faces, you know? Sober, right? I'm a sober guy. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't want to be, but this is what happened. I was in New York City, right? New York City, New York. They call it the same thing, right? Back in front of each other just to really piss you off. It's like we heard you in the beginning, you know? But I was in New York City, east of Hoboken. And I hadn't planned on doing any cocaine. Okay? I planned on doing this much cocaine. That's a zero amount, you know? But apparently some cocaine had planned on getting together with me when it left its home. So I went to this party, man, and my friends were at this party, and I felt uncomfortable when I got to this party. Probably because, like, when I really think back on my life, like, I've always just felt uncomfortable, you know? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, my whole life has just been this constant struggle with every moment. Like, I'm just wrestling with every second just to feel okay. Like, I don't even want to feel good. Just set me in the middle, you know? So I'm at this party, and I'm feeling how I feel regularly, uncomfortable. So I decided to have some drinks because my friends are alcoholics, and I'm competitive. So I have a couple tequilas, right? And tequila, let's be honest, like pouring Mexico right into your body, okay? I mean, make you jump a fence, make you buy a gun, make you run across a highway with your family, make you knock a woman up, make you knock a woman down, okay? You know?
Before it jumps into anything else, I do kind of get what it means about feeling different. I'm not gonna lie, I've had that quite a lot all my life where no matter where I've been or who I'm with, I always just feel slightly different to everyone else. I don't know what it is. I just don't know if it's because I'm a bit of a weirdo or what. Well, I say a bit of a weirdo, I'm not that fucking weird. But yeah, don't know what it is, it's mad.
So I had me a couple tequilas, and I was feeling alive, you know? I was feeling a little more comfortable. Now, at 1:30 in the morning, I left this party because at 6:30 a.m. I had to be on the nationally syndicated radio program, the Opie and Jim Norton radio show. And it's a wonderful show that tapes there in New York City, New York. And those are two men that I really admire, you know? And admire is when somebody's better than you, but you still like them. It's an old-fashioned ideal. So at 1:30 a.m., I get into this taxi cab, right? This beautiful Asian girl that I do not know gets into the taxi with me. We're both headed the same way. They call it sharing a taxi, okay? And this girl lays the back of her head right into my lap. And I'm thinking, fuck yeah, you know. New York's got these beautiful free Asian girls with every taxi ride. Marvelous accoutrement to the city, you know? Uber, no thank you. Taxi, you have won me back. So this girl's just laying in my lap, and she just starts reminiscing about her evening, you know? She said she had a nice evening, but that her boyfriend wasn't in town, that he's never in town. Then she goes, what happens in taxis stays in taxis. And I'm not the brightest, you know, bowl in the bowl drawer, you know? Fuck, dude. You ever wander into a sentence, you're like, how do I get out of here? But I'm looking around this vehicle after she says that, and I'm thinking...
I love that, in this vehicle. I love it when you like you watch like American films and stuff like that, and they pronounce vehicle like vehicle. Love it. It's so funny.
This is a taxi, you know? I mean, taxi me once, shame on me. So I'm feeling kind of cavalier after her statements, right? I go down to make a kiss, you know? This young lady's laying in my lap. I go down to make a kiss. Now, trying to kiss somebody that's laying in your lap, that's a beautiful idea. Until you get right here, okay? And then you're just milling around like a lip rapist, bro. I don't think James Bond could kiss a woman laying in his lap, okay? So she pushed me off of her. She called me a creep. She called me a pervert. Definitely not a creep. And then it was awkward for a few blocks until she got dropped off wherever she was going. I'm not sure even where it was. I think it was like a halfway house for complete cunts or something. And at that point, it's just me and the driver, you know? And I thought he said drugs. He could have said something else. English wasn't his first language, you know? He was bilingual. But I heard drugs in my head, you know? And so I said, cocaine! Like I was Christopher Columbus, bruh. We just landed on crack rock, you know? And I heard him accelerate that vehicle. And that's universal language for we're gonna get some cocaine. Because that's a drug to me, you know? Weed is a confusing spice. I mean, weed will make you forget how to get home. Cocaine will make you forget how to get to heaven. So we just drove, man. We just drove, man. And we drove for about a half hour into like North Harlem. If that's even a place, I don't even know. But it was a dark neighborhood. And that's not a euphemism. All the street lights were busted out. So you couldn't tell that it was predominantly black. But I grew up in a black neighborhood. I know when I'm back, you know? And we got there, man, and I gave this dude some money. He gets out of the vehicle, comes back a few minutes later with some cocaine on him, you know? But he sits in the back seat next to me. A little alarming, you know? Kind of like when you're in the air on a plane and you see the pilot taking a piss, and you're like, what the fuck? Is this spirit? But this beautiful gentleman scooped up a little bit of cocaine on a car key, put it under my nose, killed that baby, bruh. Scooped him one, and he killed his, man. And then, and just a couple of dueling cocainists. And we got high, man. We got high for about 40 minutes. Dude, I remember being so high at one point I was like, dude, where the fuck is the driver, bro? And he didn't know. So we sat there, man. We continued to get high together, me and this beautiful gentleman. And he said Luigi, that was his name, Luigi. And I thought that was Spanish, you know, like that rare Italian Spanish. So I start saying my name in Spanish, Teodoro. Because I learned Spanish in Louisiana. And my whole life, I thought Teodoro was Spanish for Theodore, which is my first name. About 6 months ago, this girl goes, that means I adore you. Wish you would have told me at some other point, you know? Because it's fine, right? It's fine to tell people you adore them when you meet them. But when you're an hour deep into an 8-ball with a man who keeps saying he's Luigi and you just keep saying, I adore you to him, 99% of the time, this don't end heterosexually. So, this is a long night, man.
Oh, God.
So he starts saying, I got a gift for you. I got a gift. And I grew up in like a broken neighborhood. You know, I thought it was going to be his cock, you know? So I start practicing my like, see a cock, like, don't be interested faces, you know? So I'm running through the Rolodex of no cock for me faces. And then he keeps saying, I got a gift, I got a gift for you. Then I'm thinking it's like a thing on his phone, you know, like a GIF, you know? Like a disappointed walrus, you know? Like, Monday.
Oh, man, this is insane. Guys, get some more fair suggestions down, man. This is ridiculous, man. Like, who even paid for the cocaine? Mad.
Monday. But then I hear on the taxi door, and I'm like, who knocks on a car door, dude? Come in or just be out there. Were you raised in a house of car doors in it? So I'm like, come in. Because now I got to live in this shit universe they created by knocking. And a toot gets in. A prostitute, you know? A toot.
A toot.
You can't say pros. Pros is somebody that have a prosthetic, you know? And a toot get mad if you call them a pros if they got everything, you know?
Can't say I've ever heard it called a toot before, so that's class.
So I'm being politically correct and I'm saying this too, you know, and I respect prostitutes. I respect all women, you know, whether they're a president or a prostitute, I respect them, man. You know, prostitute probably a tougher job, let's be honest, these days, dude. You out there middle of the night, slanging that canal, you know. A lot of men are gay, market shares decline. So I respect prostitutes, man. But I don't want to deal with a prostitute tonight. I just want to do cocaine with my adorable buddy, Louis. You know? And this prostitute, man, she had like you know, she had a wig that covered, you could see about 60% of her face, okay? And to me, it looked like a man's face, right?
Oh.
Which is fine, you know? No judgment there. I'm just saying, if I were on a game show called Guess 60% of this versus his face, I would guess man first, you know? But so we're all back there getting high together, and this prostitute starts making advances towards me. And I don't want a prostitute. So I start feeling uncomfortable, which is where I live at most of the time, so it only took me about half a lung to get there, you know? So I get out of the taxi into the street in North Harlem, right? Luigi comes out after me, because that's new friendship. And he's like, $100, $100. So I give him $100. I'm thinking he's gonna pay this too. She'll go on about her business. We'll get back to, you know, friendship. I look over a minute later, they're kissing on each other's necks, okay? He's investing my 100 back here with this prostitute, you know? I still have a $240 meter on the front of this taxi.
Yo.
So I'm out $360, not even in the vehicle. Unfair. But I deal with my negative feelings outside of the car, so I don't bring negative energy back into the vehicle, right? Then I get back into the taxi, but now I'm sitting in the front passenger seat, right? You can hear Luigi and the toot in the back. So you can hear the light rustlings of a blowjob, you know, kind of just simmering up into existence. A good blowjob too. Sound like, you know, one you see on the internet. Sound like somebody's at a water park. And I respect what they're doing, man. But I still want to do cocaine by myself, right? So now I'm trying to be considerate and quietly do cocaine by myself, right? Just the softest little cokehead you ever met, dude. Just like a newborn rabbit just hopping upon the ground. You know? At one point, I was leaning my head back and just quietly dumping cocaine into the bottom of my nose. It was awesome, bro. Luigi's in the back, dude. He's at the water park, bro. He got that all-day wristband, dude. He don't know. He goes, you ride. And this is when I knew I had a problem, man. Not specifically with drugs and alcohol, but with the way that I behave when I'm on drugs and alcohol. When I moved over into the driver's seat of this taxi, right, put on my seatbelt, I remember asking them to put their seatbelt on. They don't even make a seatbelt for all that activity, you know? We need seatbelt reform. I've been saying this. And I started this vehicle, and I drove us off into North Harlem, man.
Hey, at least you asked them to put the seatbelt on first. You can't get much fairer than that. Even though it was a stupid thing to do, but it's comedy, so yeah.
At 4:15 in the morning, just driving. Drove for probably about 20 minutes. Didn't know where I was. You know, my brain's like, damn, dude, you're lost. It's 4:30 in the morning, man. You're high on cocaine. But at least you're working. At least you're out here making money for your family, okay? I don't have a family, dude. More importantly, I don't drive taxi, bro. But then my brain also goes, but man, you don't have a commercial driver's license. As if that was going to be an issue when the cop stops us. There's empty cocaine bags everywhere, right? Look like I've been washing my face with powdered donuts. There's sex crimes in the backseat. Sex crimes in the backseat. And that officer's just gonna be like, that's all for naught, young soldier. You don't have a chauffeur certificate. But that's what got me to pull over, man. I pulled over, I left a couple $100 on that car seat. I started walking off, man. I walked about 3 blocks, got into a regular taxi, right? I even made him pop the trunk just to make sure that spare tire wasn't shooting up in the back. Right? I get to my hotel, it's 5:30 in the morning, and in 1 hour, I gotta be on the nationally syndicated radio program, the Opie and Jim Norton radio show, 2 men that I really admire. So I finished doing my cocaine. Because you can't not finish your cocaine, dude. Try to not finish your cocaine. I will watch you try. What do they put in it? Cigarettes? I took 3 showers in 10 minutes, son. And dried off after each one, bro. You know me. Then I start walking to the radio station, right? It's 5 blocks to the Sirius building. Halfway there, I realize that I have on jeans with sweatpants over them. Something I've never worn before, because nobody's ever worn it. I'm the Neil Armstrong of pants this morning. I get up to the radio station, they tell me I gotta be on the air for 3 hours. There's 1 million listeners, right? I can't feel my face. With either hand. Highest I can feel my neck. Running on neck thoughts. And the other guest for the day is Darryl Strawberry.
Oh, here we go. So this is where he comes into it then. Perfect.
Yeah. who's in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame baseball player, and he's in the Hall of Fame for cocaine.
I did Google who he was beforehand, just so I knew what it was on about, because it said me and Darryl Strawberry. I was thinking it was an actual person, so I did like a quick 5-minute little look up on Wikipedia and that.
Wasn't an 8-ball this beautiful man couldn't hit, right? And bless his heart, man, he's 13 years sober, and he's eloquent and successful and well put together. And he was some of these ideas that maybe I envision myself as, but this morning I'm showing up, nothing like that, So it just made me think like, dude, you got to tighten up, And I'll say this too about Darryl Strawberry, man. I have big nostrils. Darryl Strawberry got the biggest nostrils you ever seen. I'm not saying it to shame him. It's not an ethnic thing. This man got dead stars at the bottom of his nose. And I just say, understand, he didn't stand a chance against a fine powder. This beautiful man could kill a spice rack from 70 feet away. Take that, nutmeg. What you looking at, coriander? But on this day, he was everything I needed to see, So that's when I got sober, and now I've been sober for 11 months. And I'm Theo Von. Thank you for having me. You guys be good.
Yo, that was a wicked story. Obviously, you can see why I had to go sober in the end, but God, that was absolutely class. I don't even know what to say, man. That was unreal. You always hear like these comedians that the ones that do drugs have these absolute insane stories. I suppose it's only you come about these situations from from the situations you get into, obviously from being a star or being within that circle. But that was insane, absolutely insane, guys. If you enjoyed that, drop me a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.